Guys, Rob from Expedition Team Overland here with another install video. Today we're installing the innovative AT Products ARB Dual Air Compressor mount that's going to go under the front seats. This works both for the JL and the JT. I am swapping it out and putting the air compressor under the driver's seat, not the passenger seat. So when you do that, let the guys over at AT Adventure know, and they have to swap out a couple brackets, they said, or some bolts. So some things are a little bit different, but for the most part you just have to flip the plate upside down and it works properly. It's not going to be a full, step-by-step step process, but it's going to be a pretty good overview. I did have this product in my JK. I think I have a video on it. I was really happy with how this product is able to air up and air down all 4 tires at the same time. Makes life really easy on the trail, and with the dual ARB air compressor, it airs up so fast. I thought it'd be a little bit longer with 4 tires, but this dual ARB compressor works out really well. The way the system works is that it's a closed loop system. So when you put the 2 sets of hoses, one goes on the passenger side to the left and right passenger tires, the front and back passenger tires. The other one goes on the driver's side for the front and rear. It creates a closed loop system, so then all tires will equalize pressure. So if one tire is higher, it'll take that pressure down to equalize the other ones. And then when you air them up, they all come up at the same time. So if one tire is lower than the other, all the air will go to that one tire at that time. Say one tire is at 15 psi and the other ones are at 20. It'll air up up to 20 pounds, and then all 4 of them that will then increase equally up to the desired psi that you want. So let's get started. And now AJ, who I bought this from, he used another bracket and mounted it under the driver rear seat. I am taking that seat out, doing a 40% goose gear seat delete. That's going to be coming up in a later video. But so because the wiring was already run to the driver's side, that's why I'm putting it on the driver's side. So I have already removed the air compressor and run the excess wire. So I know running the wires on the JLs and JTs are a little bit more different than the JK. The JK had some on the firewall, in the doors, had some areas where you can run some wires, and that's where you would run the wires. I think now they want you to run, when I looked at their directions from Innovative AT, they wanted to run the wires down the engine compartment, up the bottom of the tub, and up through the drain plugs. So I have AJ ran the wiring a different way. I haven't really torn into where he's running it. So right now I have just the excess wire loom coming from the rocker rail, the inside rocker rail, and it's already wired up to the switch. So this is just installing the bracket and the hosing. So it's not a whole full install, so it's going to go a little bit faster. So let's dig in. Alright, so as you can see, I have the wiring harness now coming in here, coming out of the rocker rail panel. Now I do have a MOLLE panel bracket here that I have my fire extinguisher, and so I got to get that out first. Now, one thing that is different from the JKs from the JLs is the Torx bolts that hold the seat down. They use an E12 Torx. It's almost like I guess the only way I can describe it is a reverse Torx. So the splines are on the outside versus the inside of the bolt, their exterior. So you do need to get specific, and I believe for the front seats and the rear seats are different sizes. So the fronts are E12. So let's get the seats unbolted. Alright, so here we have the bracket. I believe it's on opposite because we're putting it on the driver's side, not the passenger side. I dry fitted it to, I think this is how it goes. So I have this angled portion facing, it goes backwards, so you see these mounts, the air filters face into the back seat footwell. So I have these opposite out, so it's opposite. I've dry fitted it. Let's see if it fits. Alrighty, so now because I'm doing on the passenger side, there's no real easy way to stuff the cable in here. I tried zip tying it up into some type of wire bundle or something, and it didn't fit in here, so it's kind of just in here for now. Maybe I'll figure out how to do it. So now we got to install the 2 air brackets. Now, because I have chosen to go with generic air hose disconnect, so I can use it for other air tools, for inflatables for pools and such like that. I talked to Innovative AT, and they swapped out their quick releases that would only work for their air up system, which, you know, for me, I use the air compressor for other things. So I believe it comes up underneath here, under the front seat right here. There is a little hole up here at the top, and that's where you connect the their bracket. So let's get this all hooked up now. All right, so just because just working with one person and without taking the door off, I used a zip tie here to zip tie the bracket up to the seat rail, so I didn't have to hold it, and then started the back end of the nut just with my hand with a long extension. I had to get a long extension because I don't know if you can see on the video, but you have a long. That bolt's right here, and you got the seat kind of in the way, so your impact can't get in there. So you need a nice long extension to get your drill up above it, and then the extension kind of push into the seat a little bit where the impact is too big, and then just torque it down real quick with a 10mm wrench. So passenger side's done. Let's head over the driver's side's done. Let's head over the passenger side for the same thing. Alrighty, so the last part was to run the black hoses. This one seems a little bit long right now. The guy said on the phone, on the email, was because it's going on the driver's side, he made it a little bit longer. So I might trim this a little bit at a time. Now, to get it through the center console, I went right here, right on the back side of the center console, half about an inch or so, 3 inches back from the seat rail. There's a little bit of a, I don't know if it's going to show up in the video, it makes a little bit of a curve here. That's where I ran it. I had a hard time running it first because the hose was, curled up in the packaging. So uncurled it the other way, and I ran like a fish stick down, and figure out which way I had to go, and just moved it back and forth. Got it over under the passenger side and into the slot. Same thing here. Now it does grab when you move the seat back and forth a little bit. It does snag something right here. I'm not really sure, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But overall, I'm really happy. It's a nice clean install. Like I said, here I'm gonna have to do something with these wires. It's a little bit of a rat's nest, and my OCD just drives me up a wall, so I gotta figure out something here to do. So that is a real fast overview install of the AT Innovative ARB dual air compressor mount. Works up, tested it up with an air hose, no leaks. So right now it's time to hit the trail. See you guys later.